and see how my computer's feeling. Maybe I'll record it.
Maybe. Do you want me to? Okay, it's recording. Sorry.
Oh, we're going. Okay. All right, we're on. All right. Okay. Well, happy Monday. Ow, good evening. Sorry. Okay, so tonight what we have, it's kind of like a little bit of a hodgepodge Zoom. We're going to do shout outs. We're going to start out with shout outs and like some recognition because we haven't done that the last few weeks. I have like a decent amount of announcements. And I mean, some of it's like housekeeping and some of it's like announcements, things that are coming. Monique's going to talk a little bit for us about some things coming in October. And then I'm going to play like a short little clip of a podcast that I like that I've probably listened to like 100 times and I got really on it. And so some of you, I know y'all have heard it, but I think it's just the perfect time for us to hear it again. And so it's kind of like a hodgepodge tonight. So you're going to hear from like 1 bajillion of us. So first of all, I'm going to start our shout outs out. That's a lot. Sorry, words are hard, but that was the whole thing. And then Amanda, I'm going to move to you next and then let's sit on the toilet, baby. Holler at me if you need me. Or lay on your belly. I need you.
I'm sorry.
Hollering at you if I need you. Just kidding. Okay. So I'm going to start with Christina. And you guys, I've shouted out Christina before. It's been a few months. I know some of you have heard her story before. If you haven't, a little small backstory is she actually joined me 2 years ago. And like, I don't even know if she got 1 customer. Did you get 1 customer? Okay. I was going to say, I don't want to say you didn't, but I don't remember that. But I've slept since then. So she didn't do a whole lot, kind of faded out, messaged me 2 years later, and then was like, hey, I'm going to do this time. Like, we're going to do this for real. And you guys, it's been so fun to watch her. First of all, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of backstory, but she has been a top enroller on our team the past 3 months for sure. I know as long as I've been doing the little cover photos, I know she's been on there. So I wanted to shout her out for that. First of all, also for having she has her mindset. She didn't know I'm going to say this, but her mindset has done like a 180. Okay. She's come so far. I can tell when she's doing her self-development. I can tell she's doing that stuff. But I wanted to shout her out. And then I had told her to be ready with 2 to 3 tips of like what she's doing to make those top enroller lists. So just share with you guys. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her share with us what she is doing and what is working for her.
Y'all can hear me? Yeah. Okay. So basically I started thinking about it, and I mean, I probably even like texted covert about this, about the dream board. I think like I told myself, I was like, I want to go diamond. I mean, I'm still short of doing that, but like what I did was, along with self-development, I like wrote Post-it notes everywhere, like what I want to do, like always something motivational is going to be somewhere wherever I go, whether it be like my notebook, my planner. I have note stickies or whatever, like on my fridge, my mirrors, wherever I go, in my car, like stuff like that. And it really just like, if there's something that's bothering you, you look at that and you're like, okay, mate, like I need to refocus and let my brain like focus on that, or like think about something else or whatever. So that's like really helped me a lot, along with self-development. I know I've told a few of my girls that I've signed, like self-development is like really key. It's not necessarily about like doing all this stuff online on social media, but really doing stuff for you too, because there's going to be a lot of like hardships and a lot of stuff that's going to happen that isn't necessarily for you, and it's going to be against you. And Stormy knows, like today actually something happened and it really put me on like a huge, like just a turning point today. Like I was just in a really, really bad mood earlier, and I just had to like set my mindset like, okay, let's not listen to this and just keep going. So mindset is everything. Self-development is everything. I listen to multiple podcasts, and also Stormy would recommend some podcasts. So I do that as well. I'm going to be honest, I'm not the best with the KPI. My schedule is probably not like anyone's here. I work night shift. I got canceled tonight. So I told Stormy last minute that I'm able to talk. So usually this would have been my 4th night out of 5. So my schedule is completely all over the place. I sleep during the day when everyone's working. I go to bed at 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and I try to sleep till 2 o'clock, if I can get enough sleep. And then I work again, but I'm also trying to like wake up. And then when I get to work, I'm busy. So like it's very, very hard for me to stay like on track. So KPI really is kind of difficult for me, but I'm still doing all the things that I feel like is necessary. I post stuff about like making stuff. I post products on my page every single day. I talk about it. I do the hands-free a lot. I may not do lives a lot, but I do hands-free a lot. I go to top enrollers, Cheyenne Knox, like people like that. I get stuff about what they do and ideas, and I change it up. So I have things set out for me tomorrow or the next day to get me prepared because of how my work schedule is and because I'm, just a completely different vampire type lifestyle. So always be prepared and like kind of set yourself up for success, like during the week. I will, but right before I go to bed, I'll put something and I'll save it in a draft on Facebook. And then when I get up later, I'll post it and then put my phone down. So that way it's up and posted and, ready to go. So I don't like have to spend 10 minutes writing out a status or something like that or thinking of it. Like it's already ready and it's good to go and I post it. So it's just like little things like that. And I know we've all heard it, like work harder, work smarter, not harder, right? So it's that little thing. So those are my like points. Just always do like the little things. Everyone's schedule is going to be completely different. And if there's some people that do work night shift, y'all can reach out to me and see like how I do things. Cause I'm totally different. I try to get on the morning Zooms, but it's still hard, especially when I'm not working, and self-development. So yeah. And pre-plan stuff.
I love it. And you, when you were talking about going live, you have gotten, she puts her face in front of her stories, not lives, all the time. I have noticed that you are so good about that. So I love that there's so many of y'all that are good about that. I need to be better about that. All right. Thank you for sharing. And okay, where's Amanda? Amanda's on here. I saw her looking all cute in her blanket. There she is. Okay. It's like, won't let me unmute y'all. It's just giving me the option to ask to unmute. There we go. Sorry. I'm like, I can't unmute you.
I can't hear you.
You can't? Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
I hear both of y'all.
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you, Amanda.
I don't know if it's mine, but I can't hear you.
We can hear you. You're good.
I can hear you.
You can?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening. It might be the storm.
Okay.
I couldn't hear you.
Okay, that time, I don't know, I got muted. I think Gina muted me. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to you. No, just muted me and let you take over. We're going to get it together. It's fine.
Okay, I just wanted to shout out my newest newbie. She has been in, what's today? She's been in less than a month, and she's already 300 or less than 300 BV from going Ruby, so she's going after her Ruby bonus. And let me tell you, when you guys sign a DT, she is your dream newbie DT. Like, she goes after it. She's going through life. She's been blocked already by family and friends. Like, she's going through everything, and she's still in the chats. And everyone knows as a newbie, you're like afraid of everything. You're scared to do anything. And she opted in to go into our push chat, and she's doing all the tasks, and she's just killing it. Like, I'm so proud of her. She makes me proud. She puts fire into my into me and into my leg. I don't know. I just freaking love her, and she's just an inspiration to me, and I hope she inspires everyone else, because she's new, guys. She's new, and she's killing it. And like I said, she's going through so much.
Did you tell us her name? Is she on?
Yeah, she's on. Her name's Elida. I hope I said
Did you
it.
say that? I was like, did I miss it?
No, she's
Alita. Alita.
Okay.
There she is. In front of me.
I'm like, where is she? Do y'all hear that? It sounds like crickets. Do y'all?
Yeah, I hear crickets.
Okay, I'm like, is this me? Like, what's happening? Okay, I feel better about that. I was like, is there a cricket under this bed? Like, is it? I can't find her. I don't know what's going on with this computer. Okay, all right, awesome. Well, I am so excited. I also hear that you're very close to Ruby. Is that what I hear, Alita? Like 287 out?
Yes. I'm so excited. So excited.
That is so awesome. Good for you. Yay.
I'm proud of myself.
You should be. Oh my gosh, we can't wait to shout or to celebrate you in the chat, because you know Amanda's going to drop it as soon as you go Ruby.
Oh, I already
not in
know.
our chat, in the team page, and we cannot wait to celebrate you.
Yes. Thank you.
And 287 out on the 21st. That's even more amazing.
Yes,
Like,
I know. Thank you.
yay. Okay, Gina, do you want to finish up the shout outs?
Sure. So I am shouting out my newbie also. I'm pretty excited to have her on tonight. I'm going to tell a little about her story. She is a mom of 4, married and is a mom of 4. She works full time, and her husband has cancer of, I don't really know exactly. Sorry, Judy. And her name's Judy Padilla. She's on tonight. And y'all, right now, her husband just had a treatment where he's been in the hospital for the entire week, and she has not stopped. And she just started working her business, and she's selling coffee at the hospital to the nurses. She is messaging people. She is doing everything on social media while she can. And she's just a really great testament to, you can take this business anywhere, and if you're dedicated, you can work this business at any time. And I just wanted to shout her out, just because she's really been such a huge inspiration to me. You know, just it amazes me what she's done and continues to do, and through all the personal stuff. And I know that a lot of us have personal stuff, but to have your husband in the hospital going through chemotherapy, and she's still working her business, I just wanted to shout her out. So Judy is on tonight. I just want to tell you thank you, Judy, for everything that you're doing. And I know that you will definitely be promoting very soon.
That's awesome, Judy. Okay, did you have 1 or 2?
Add the one.
The one, okay, I can't remember what you said if you had 2. Okay, all right, well, I don't know what's going on, but it won't let me unmute anybody. So just so you know, I know there's a couple others of you that I have said, like, I'm gonna have you hop in and share with us on a couple things, but it just showed, when I try to unmute y'all, just says ask to unmute. So when I say your name, just unmute, because I don't know why it won't let me. I don't know if I've like given it to Gina or what, but it's very strange. I don't know what I've done. It's okay. All right. So I want to move on to announcements, because I have several things written down, and I'm just going to go ahead and start with the not fun stuff. We had a VIP and up Zoom today, okay? And there was a lot of good stuff on there, a lot of stuff that you guys are going to be super excited about. But y'all, they're talking about compliance again, and the main thing that they're seeing is, and I know some of you guys have gotten emails on this, but the IDS must be as big as the photo you're posting. So we cannot do the little free things where you hide the IDS like down in the corner of it, and then they have to click the picture. They were very specific about that today on the call Jen and I were on. We cannot do that anymore. The IDS has to be shown. And so the direct quote from Cami was, "It must be as big as a photo." I know I did that one time. I didn't get caught. I saw other people doing it, right? That's how it happens. It starts from the top, which is why we got our hand slaps today. And they were like, no more. They said, basically, you guys, we have one of the highest rep to distributor or customer to distributor ratios in the industry. So we are spotlighted. We are seen by a lot of people, and we are held to a higher standard. So, you know, Mike Patillo was like, basically, it's kind of like me telling my kids, like, you're a Patillo, you're held to a higher standard. You know, we don't do that. We don't this, blah, blah, blah. So they also said that they are going to start cracking down on the top leaders with basically not hand slaps, you know, so, you know, they can come, they I don't know what that means. I'm guessing it means like fines and stuff like that. But the other thing I want to tell you guys, and Brittany, is it okay if I use you as an example? Brittany is not a VIP, but they got a hold of her page. So I just don't want you guys to think that you're immune because you might be a double, a diamond, a ruby, an emerald, an executive, whatever it is, because they got a hold of Britt and Britt got some emails from compliance. Okay. So just be very careful with that. Because I just wanted you guys to know that, because they passed it down to us. Again, I've done it. I did it once, and then I thought, this feels like something I might not, I might get an email from clients, and so I haven't done it again. But anyways, they also said, okay, never mind. Sorry, I already said that. The other thing, so that was an only not fun thing I had to talk about. Sorry, I just wanted to get it out there because I didn't want any of you guys getting emails from compliance and being like, I didn't know, you know, I wasn't told. We have bingo going on right now, and Boom Zoom is coming up next Monday. Okay, so we have two things that you guys, I know we didn't do any contests in August, we kind of chilled out on them, but bingo we have going on right now, and Boom Zoom. So I want to make sure this time next week we'll be doing Boom Zoom, and we're going to open it up earlier than normal and run it later than normal. We'll do it like a typical Boom Zoom. We don't have set times yet, but it will be earlier than like 8:30, and it will run past our typical like 9:30. Okay. Oh, I was like, Gina, I thought you had to say something. Team retreat. I want to talk to you guys about this because I know so many of you guys have already said you're in, but what I want to do is, we did a team retreat last summer at my house, and we trained all day, like did dinner, had dinner on Friday night, just like had girl time. And so I texted a few people that came, and I asked them if they would just kind of talk about like the importance of it for their business, you guys, especially, I mean, you know, I know y'all are probably like, oh my God, if one more person's like 2020 this, but y'all, 2020, normally I have seen my friends in this business, like, I don't know, at least 5 times by now. Like I've probably gotten together with them at least 5 times. I've seen people at conference, and at Jamie's one time, it was like me, Jamie, and Ashley Sinclair. Like that was it. Like that's the only time I've seen like a group, if you will, of this business. So if you are like a lot of us and like thrive on those relationships and are struggling, you know, and need that bond and that connection, y'all have got, and you're not diamond and above, you have got to try to get to this retreat. Okay. So I'm going to have Linda, Ashley, Brooke, and Melissa talk just real quick, because they were all at the retreat at my house last summer. And so just give us like real quick, Linda, I want you to go first. Just tell me like what it did for your business, what it did for your, you know, whatever. Just give me a little tidbit of why people need to try to be at this retreat in October.
Yeah, the retreat, actually, I was only about a month in when I went. I can't tell you how nervous I was to go in. I legit sat outside your house for probably like 30 minutes before actually going in. But I was really pleasantly surprised when I did go in about how nice everyone was, how accepting, how much really good information that I was able to obtain. Sorry, she thinks she's working too. There was a lot of really good tips and tricks there, and it really just lit so much of a fire underneath me. I was literally booming in the chat while we were sitting in our little powwow circle giving tips and tricks. So it definitely made me realize that this company is not just for the money, it's for the community too, and creating those relationships, and seeing people other than just the business side of them. That was the first chance I really had to create a real relationship with Jen, who is my enroller. And that has created such a friendship that I'm really blessed to have. So I would definitely go to a retreat again. If you've never been, it's definitely something that you would want to do for yourself and your business. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that was, I mean, I know when y'all came to, that was the first time I had met a lot of people that were at our house. Okay. Ashley, you're next.
All right. Sorry, guys. Y'all can hear me, right? Okay. Okay. So, yes, you want to get to a retreat. You need to get to a retreat. It will do so much for your business. I think about it as a business trip. So if I work for corporate, they're like, hey, we have a business trip planned. We need you here, blah, blah, blah. I think of it as like that, investing in my business, investing in myself. And so I always try to get to the retreat no matter what. I put everything else aside. I don't make any plans. I plan for that retreat. It is so important to build relationships with people in this business, because sometimes you can feel alone doing this business. And when you feel alone, you don't really do your business because you're like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to be putting this person? Blah, blah, blah. And so growing those relationships with the people in this business, we spend so much time with each other, guys, on Zooms, talking on the phone. You need to build that relationship. And so I've built a really close relationship with quite a few people on this Zoom, and I cherish those friendships more than anything. They help me get through life. And so when you get around that fire and the people that just speak so much fire into you, you want to be good. You want to do good too. So then you're putting on those, wheels, and you're going after town to get your LCs and your DTs. It just does so much for you. So I encourage every single one of you to get to a retreat and, just spend some time with people, and not work the business, just hang out and, have a few drinks,
That's right. Just a few though. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I feel like we do a really good job of learning and training, but also just getting to know one another. I can tell y'all hands down, I've been in this business like will be 6 years in February. And in the hard times, the paycheck's not what I'm looking at. It's the people. It's the relationships I've made. Like, it's the people that are keeping me here when I'm having those hard times. Okay, Brooke, you're next.
Hi, friends. Okay, thanks for making me go third. Everyone stole my answers. No, I will agree that I think it is super important to take the time out of your daily life. Because you're consumed every day with work, your family, cooking, cleaning, all of this. And sometimes it's really hard. And this came to mind because I've had a very, very busy work day. And sometimes it's hard to get away from that stuff and put your focus into your business. I'm constantly trying to send out HAP requests. This is a great example. Right now, this is what Natalie and I do every night. We play games on my bed. So, you kind of have to multitask. And a lot of times you don't get to put your full attention into your business for any length of time. So I feel like a retreat is amazing to be at, not only because your business is getting that focus, But also, I know sometimes it's intimidating to ask questions in a chat, not only because maybe you haven't met everybody, but you think, oh, everyone's been here forever and I'm the newbie, or I feel like this is a stupid question. When you're there with all of the people that are going through the same thing you are, have all been there, you're all working in the same kind of business, everything goes. Any question goes. I mean, I think at Stormy's last year, I had been in like 5 or 6 weeks. And I was like, oh, and Jamie told me about it. And I was like, oh, it's fine because Jamie's going to be there. I've known her forever. She was not there. And I was nervous. And she's like, go anyway. Go anyway. You need it. I promise. And I had never met Gina. And she asked me if I knew how to chart. I was like, girl, I have no idea. She sat there and charted me out and was like, I love this. It's so much fun. We had never met. But she's like, I got you, girl. Come here. We're going to do this. And I kept that chart for, I'm not even kidding. I probably didn't change my chart till like the end of the year. But you're in, it's a sense of community. You know, everyone is doing the same thing. You're all in the same boat. You learn tips from people. You can bounce ideas off people, what's working for them, what's not working for them, host a posts that are going well. I mean, it's a, what's the word I'm looking for? Non-judgment area where everyone is together. You know, your little sisterhood is together and you're all working towards the same thing. And like Linda said, I signed 2 customers the Saturday we were there. And it was like so exciting because I can sit at home and get excited about my customers, but I had my girls there to get excited too. I had never met any of them, but they were all still excited for me. Like it was so much fun. And we went out to dinner and, you know, like I said, you don't know these people before, but by the end of it, you just gain like 10 new friends. And it's even that much easier to ask questions after that, to talk to people after that, to start learning about people's lives outside of the business. It's just, you make some of the best relationships, and that's hard to do over the internet when you've never met someone. So it's just, I mean, not only good in life or for your business, but just for like your soul, you know, if that makes any kind of sense. So I don't think I've commented on the post, but I will be there.
Don't comment. I'm like, we need head counts.
Well, I'm sorry, I will comment.
Yeah, I'm like, go right now. No, I'm just joking. Okay, Melissa, you are, I'm like, I can't. I think you're on my second page, but let you wrap this up. There you are.
Well, basically everybody stole my answers. But so I don't know if y'all know, but I am very, very introverted, which most of y'all may be as well. But just like my husband was probably the one that pushed me to go to it, even though I knew Stormy and stuff, and I knew at least we had one topic. Sorry, child voice. One topic that we could talk about outside of It Works that I was like, well, at least I know somebody. But just going, like, I don't get obviously very much time away from my children unless I'm like at work. So I'm gonna take the mom route on this. Is you don't have to be mom, you don't have to be wife, you don't have to be like, I don't have to be myself. It works. I'm like myself as Melissa. So just and I get to be a friend, and I don't have to worry about everything else because I'll make arrangements so that way I know people I trust have my children. So it's just like the freedom of not having to worry about them and getting to be yourself is probably why I go most of these, because I don't get much time away from them. And I've honestly, when we go to this retreat, I will not have been away from Rylan for a night at all since she was born, and her first birthday is this weekend. So it's going to be nice to have a me time, if that makes sense. So.
Are you insinuating that we lose ourselves in motherhood? I'm just kidding.
I haven't lost myself at all. I'm still very much just me, not the mom that hasn't showered yet today. No, not at all.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I just put them on the spot like right before because I knew that I felt like our retreat last year, that was like the first one we'd kind of ever done where it didn't have like a point system. It was just like everybody come. Or I don't remember, y'all. My memory is terrible, but, and I loved it. I thought it was awesome. There was like nothing I loved more than hosting all those women in my home. We danced, we drank, we ate, we trained, we did all the things, and it was awesome. Okay, so all that being said, just to wrap up, I know I posted all this, but we need you guys to just drop in the thread if you guys are coming, because we're trying to book a house like ASAP. And again, we're trying to make this cheap. Like we're talking $50 to $100 for the entire weekend for food and I was gonna say rent. That's not the word. The VRBO. I was about to say and rent. I was like, that's not right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, I still am not feeling myself. But anyways, for food and stay, I don't know. I still haven't come up with a word. So we're trying to make it really cheap. Obviously, we can't give you an exact amount until we know how many people are coming, what size house we need, how much the house is, etc. But I promise we will keep it as cheap as possible for you. Okay. Moving on from their team retreat to summer camp. Summer camp is Thursday, and I know
Virginia had a question. It's kind of been addressed, but I just want to make sure she knows. The retreat is only for grown-ups, and it is only for women. I know that some men, or like your husbands, are there or whatever, but it's only for women, even if you have a guy distributor. Sorry. So that's just what it's for.
And sorry, I need to open the chat. Yeah, no kids. Trust me, you'll be good. Everybody's like, I want to leave my kids. It's funny. Not really. We love our children. We just need 7 seconds away. Okay, so thank you, Gina. Sorry, I didn't have the chat up. Summer camp is Thursday, and we are all going to watch it on Amy Malot's Zoom. All right. So Amy Malott is a presidential on our larger team, and she has Impact TV, and she's bought her ticket. And so the graphic is actually on the team page. We'll share it again on Thursday, but and we'll share it in all the chats. But that is where we're going to watch the summer camp. And they told us today on the triples and above Zoom that immediately, very first thing they're doing is launching conference, and you're going to want to get your ticket. Okay. Yes, it's going to be a virtual conference this year. Like everything in the rest of the world is virtual, right? Or not happening. But it is happening virtually. And they said there's going to be incentives like normal for buying your ticket early, for jumping on that. Normally that comes with some distributor codes, some wrap rewards, all the good things. So summer camp Thursday, and the conference tickets will be launched. They also, y'all, they've been dropping hints, and I know, I mean, they were dropping hints on the call. They've dropped hints on the family calls about stuff that's coming. And Gina was telling me today, I must have missed this hint, but Gina was telling me today that somewhere she heard that somebody said that Mark only does this at conference. Okay, so all the hints I'm hearing: work your business, get your list ready, you want to be ahead of what's coming, blah 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 blah. All the hints I'm hearing are, to me, they sound like they're coming out with bonuses earlier than normal this year. I don't know that. I'm not Mark, obviously. I have no clue. But that, if I had to put some money on it, that's what I would guess was coming, was some incentive in the paycheck wise. However that may be, whether it's a bonus or whatever it is, there is some sort of incentive coming to pay you even more for working your business. So you guys need to make sure you have those lists ready. The other thing I was telling our leadership meeting this morning is, what happens so often, and I hate even putting this out there, but what happens so often is people, they're like, okay, I'm going diamond, they just rolled out a diamond bonus, I'm going diamond. And then they work hard for 4 days, and they're like, oh man, I hadn't been doing a whole lot for the past couple months. So this is a little further than I thought. And this is a little scary. And then they kind of quit on it, right? Because 6 months prior to that diamond bonus coming out, or 2 or 3 or whatever, they weren't working like that. So you have to work like there's a bonus coming out the next day all the time, just being consistent with it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. It would be like the analogy I gave this morning. It'd be like trying to lose 25 pounds the week you went to vacation, right? You might work out the first 2 days and eat really healthy and then be like, wait, I have like 4 days left. What am I doing? This is not going to work. Like, and then you'd be like, that's crazy. So make sure y'all start lining up your lists, getting hyped up now, because again, I don't know what's coming, but we'll all know soon. And it sounds like it's going to be really freaking awesome. Okay. There's some other new things coming too that you guys are, I think, going to be excited about. I'm not going to tell y'all yet. They're going to tell diamonds and above next week on the Zoom. So if you're a diamond and above, make sure you're on Cammie's Zoom next week, because they're going to tell you guys what they told us today on the call. And then next month, all this is rolling into my last thing. Next month, you guys, we are going on another 90-day run. The end of 2020, we are going to end 2020 how we began 2020. Okay, well, we'll call it like February, halfway through February. We really kicked it in. We really tightened up our running shoes. But we are ending 2020 the way we began it. All right, so we're going on another 90-day run. We're going to start shouting out volumes. We're going to have power hours consistently. We're going to be creating those thermometers, that consistency that we've kind of lost. Right? Like, and it happens. It's okay. We've all, school's out, but then it's not out, and then it's in, and it's back in. Everything's all over the place. But we as leaders really want to end strong, and we want to make sure that you guys are going into 2021 strong, right? If you were with us at the beginning of 2020, you remember how amazing it was when all that momentum kicked up, okay? A lot of the reason we had that is because we worked pretty consistently as a whole through fall, and we had those. Those leads and those hundreds lists just, ready to go when January hit. So with that being said, again, there's going to be more coming out with power hours, the thermometer, the volume goals, all that's coming. But I do want Monique to talk a little bit about one of the things Monique's going to talk a little bit about one of the things you guys are doing next month.
Hey, Stormy, before Monique goes, can I just talk really quickly about the 90-day push really fast?
Absolutely.
Sorry, I had to go take some products to a
No, you're good. Let's hear it.
Okay. So most of my team knows this, but I want to reiterate it. So I kind of started like a pre-90-day push. Last month, we introduced KPIs, and then this month, we're like, okay, y'all, like last month was kind of like your warm-up, like we're picking it up, we're recommitting, we're going again. And so I do have a group who's already started the commitment push. But I just want to let you know something. When, like she said, we don't know the exacts, but we know enough to know that, and I again, like I think a lot of people on my team knows this, I'm in a chat with Jade Hooper, Ashley Mayfield, and they are telling us and giving us all the things. They are going on a 90-day push. And I don't know about you, but when there's people in the top 10, top 20, and they're all creating 90-day pushes, y'all, they have insight to everything that's going on. Stephanie Dunn's team's doing the 90-day push. Like I said, Christy Christensen just started her group, and then a lot of other top leaders. But I'm just saying that we are not starting and putting these things into play for just like, because like, I'm just saying, like, we are following the lead from the top, and I don't know about you, but when they say get ready and let's start a 90-day push, they know what's coming. They know they're getting their teams prepped so that when bonuses or whatever craziness is about to be released, no one is thinking it is like some uncrazy dream and wish, because they've all been prepping for it. So just kind of reiterating what Stormy said about the 90-day push, like, y'all, like, don't wait next month. Start now. Start your list now. Start being consistent with your KPIs now. Start deciding, like, and I think I've said this probably 25 freaking times in the last 2 weeks, but get ready and stop letting your past be your future. Like, you didn't join this to be like, man, I wasn't good at it. Like, you joined it because you had a half second of faith and you dreamed big for yourself because you saw other people doing it and you believed you could too. And you still can, but you got to get to work. And let me tell you, these 90-day pushes that have been created and that we're doing, it's laying it all out there. And y'all, we all know it's way more fun doing it together. It's way more fun when everyone's on the same page, linking arms. So all I would say is don't wait for next month. Put the groundwork now. Every single person in this business is going through life. Every single distributor is trying to figure out how to handle all the things. The great thing is you're not alone. So it's just about, kind of like what Christina said, Go follow other leaders. Go link arms with leaders who you know are working night shifts. Go link arms with leaders who are staying at home. Go link arms with leaders who are where you want to be. Get out of your comfort and just like go do the dang thing, because it's about to be so freaking fun. And I'm telling you, there are people on here who have watched when people push, and their biggest regret is, why didn't I start sooner? Don't be that person, because you can start today. So I just want to say, the 90-day push is if corporate is doing a 90-day push and is in that VIP field, and they are pulling all of us leaders to do daily tasks for them, then y'all, you know something's big's coming. So yeah, don't be the person on the day they announce that there's bonuses and you're like, okay, now I got to get to work. No, start working now. There's my TED Speak. Boop, boop.
I agree. Yeah. And if you guys aren't in, I'm glad you said that because it sparked something else. But if y'all aren't in that 90-day push or the push chat that corporate's doing, you should be. Like, you should go get in it right now. I shared the group link, I know, a while back, but if you can't find it, let me know and I can invite you, or I can tag you in the post, because there's good stuff happening in there. Lots of top leaders going live every day. I mean, there's really good stuff happening in there. So, okay. Now for real, I'm going to give it to Monique.
Okay. From what you were saying to what I was told, I think I'm supposed to be talking about like the different types of Zooms and power hours and stuff like that. Just because we have a lot of newbies, as well as we have some that are been in the business for a little while and just kind of not know the different lingos when we're just saying different, oh, this is a this Zoom or this is a that type of power hour. So a list of different types of Zooms or power hours that you'll hear everyone talking about. One is a working power hour Zoom, which is basically when you hear anyone say we're doing a working, it's for the most part, it's quiet. You're going to go on. Don't think that a lot of people are going to be telling you what to do or anything like that. It's just, you're kind of doing something. If you have a question about maybe a response, or you can always, you know, jump in and ask and you'll get help at that point in time. But a working power hour Zoom is just, you're going in, it's accountability for when you're working. For a guided power hour Zoom, basically there's going to be one person that is actually has everything scheduled out. It can be every 10, 15 minutes, 5 minutes for some parts, but basically it's going to be like, you know, you have 10 minutes to interact. You're going to have 10 minutes to do your affirmations and gratitude. You're going to have 10 minutes to reach out to people, or 15 minutes to reach out for people for host to post. And the person who's leading that guided power hour will state what the next task is. And they may also try to keep it in the chat for all the new people that may come on in between to kind of keep them updated. Then we have, you've already heard, we're having a boom Zoom that's coming up. Boom, basically when we're booming, we're working, and we're working for income producing stuff where we make money. So Jen that has a really great music selection that we will listen to music, and whoever it is that's over it, usually it'll be Stormy, we'll have a list, and when we sign up a loyal customer, we're putting it in the chat, boom, loyal customer, what if it's BV, how much, boom, ET, boom, ELC, outside, auto, you know, they've already placed an auto ship, but they just made an extra order outside of their auto ship. Even if it's just you selling samples of the coffee samples, because we all know that can also become one of our potential loyal customers that we're going to be following up with. So anything that we're able to make money, that's what we're going to be doing at the Boom Zoom. So be ready for that when next week. We have our educational Zooms where there's going to be a person that's basically teaching us, training us on what to do, dealing with, just like we had when we had Amber talk to us about the KPI trainings. We have our corporate Zooms, corporate usually has various guest speakers that will talk to us about topics to help us with our jobs, and letting us know what's going on in the industry. We have our team Zooms, which is like what we're doing right now, the Huddle, where everyone needs to show up. We need to remember when we're showing up to any of the Zooms, period. It's always best, if at all possible, and you'll hear some, especially anyone from corporate, they're always going to say, if at all possible, can you please put your camera on? Unless you are breastfeeding, nursing, or something like that, that's just a little bit more of Zoom etiquette, just to keep your cameras on, keep your yourself muted at all. Like as soon as you get on, try to make sure you're muted, or when you're coming on, it's not all of a sudden you're hearing either somebody yelling, screaming, cursing, something. Just like try to, as quickly as you get on, mute, put your camera on. Even if you're working, it's okay. We have our summer camp Zoom, which is what will be on Thursday, even though it is on Impact TV. Amy has it open to everyone on a Zoom. And the summer camp Zoom conference, which is coming up, is going to be on a Zoom. This is where It Works was going to present to all of us what we need to learn. And this is all note taking. Be ready, write down, prepare to write down everything that's going to be coming from all these types of, from the corporate Zoom, summer camp Zoom, conference Zooms. And I think that's all. In most of the Zooms, especially, you have any questions, comments, always just type it in. Usually there will be someone like Gina that will answer the questions as well. And I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was trying to find my unmute button. Yeah. Thank you for that. And I know, Gina, did you want to say anything about y'all's Tuesday, Thursday thing or no?
No. I mean,
No?
y'all just be prepared that in October, we're going to start back doing power hours consistently like we did before. No, we talked about that. We're going to get you a schedule. And just for your info, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's going to be kind of like going back to basics. And it's going to be like a college class. And so it's going to be every Tuesday and Thursday, and it'll be on building blocks. So it's important to attend each and every one of them. But it's going to be really great for people that are brand new or have been in a while and just feel like they need to start over or have a new beginning or really want to kick in this 90-day push. This would be a great way to start. So it's Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 9.
Perfect. And then the last thing we're going to end with, sorry guys, I messed up. Me and Jamie were on like the same page, but different paragraphs on something. So she's got one more shout out for us, and that is going to finish us up.
All right, guys. So I wanted to shout out, we've got so many people that are working really hard right now. Like they were saying, if you're not involved in the push groups, even if you feel like you're falling short, or even if you feel like it's way outside of your comfort zone, challenge yourself to get in there and to do it. It is incredible to watch the growth in our team, like just in the people participating, and just holding yourself accountable to that next level it's hard, it's uncomfortable, and it makes you be vulnerable with yourself, and it makes you push yourself to do things that you might not think are possible. And so that kind of segues me into talking about Madison. So Madison is not my personally enrolled. She is like a couple levels down from me. So she was personally enrolled by Jamie I think at the end of June. She can tell her story here in just a second. But she has only been with us not even 3 months. And this girl is kicking butt and taking names. And I'm going to brag on her here in a minute, but I want her to tell a little bit about her story and why she got started, how she got started. So you can unmute, Madison.
Okay, so I got started in I think it was June 30th. Right before we were going to the beach. We went to the beach the first week of July. I had watched a girl since I was 16, and she's kind of been in the business for a really long time. My mom did it for a little bit, and I kind of helped her, so I kind of saw how it worked. But basically, I thought that since I was going to college, and it's such a weird year, I didn't want to have to get an actual job, like, and have to work that around my school schedule. So basically, I just saw some, Jamie messaged me, and I asked her every question possible, and I asked her all the hard questions, and she's like, have you done this before? And so I told her, I mean, yeah, I did. And I asked her all the things that I was terrified that, like she wouldn't help, because the girl before did never help with anything that we did. So Jamie assured me, that she would help. And I was like, I mean, what do I have to lose at this point? Like, just try it. So I tried it, and I honestly don't know. I don't know what I'd do without it at this point. Like, it's kind of just part of it now.
I love that. I love that so much. And I love that you helped your mom with her business when she tried to do it, when she tried to be a part of this business. And unfortunately, you guys, I think sometimes, maybe not everybody, and maybe you don't take for granted the leadership and the help that everybody, like the team and the community that we have on this team, but not every team is like that. And Madison is a true testimony to that, because she was already a part of the business, at least kind of, and didn't get any support. And so she was hesitant. And as we're talking to new distributors, and as you are a new distributor or are talking to potential distributors, know that there are people out there that have been burned. And if people have asked those hard questions, it's because maybe they had a brother or a sister or a mom that had tried it before and it was hard. But I love that Madison just jumped right in. Right now, she didn't tell you very much, but she is a freshman in college right now. So she is navigating all of being on campus, being remote learning, trying to figure out how to be an adult. Like she said, having a job versus a real like in-person job. And this really is such a good fit, you guys, like, especially given 2020. I just think that she kind of is embodying just taking advantage of it. So I want her to talk real quick. And just tell me, Madison, like what your aha moment was. I mean, I feel like you kind of hit the ground running, but what was that thing that made it click for you? What was the thing that like took your business to a whole nother level or sparked you?
Okay, so I had several aha moments like throughout, but actually it was like at the beginning of this month. So I mean, my first month was okay, because I had never like marketed to any of those people before. I never talked to people on my Facebook. So, I mean, it was a lot easier. But once I started getting, my warm market was kind of done for. In August, I saw that I wasn't doing hosted post as much. And so like the first 7 days of this month, I got up, I think almost 200 hosted posts in the first week. And my enrollments have really reflected that.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you talked about your warm market, because some people come into this business and they do have a warm market. They do have those 5 or 15 people that they can sign up as loyal customers their first month, but then you have to flip that script and you have to get comfortable talking to people that are not your people. You have to tap into a different market. So I love that you said that. And I love that just like your enroller, Jamie sat back for a couple days and watched while people boomed in the chat. And she figured out the people that were booming were the people that were chatting. And Madison followed in her lead and did the exact same thing. And she has jumped on Host to Post, and she is going Emerald this month, you guys. Like, she is going after it, and I have no doubt she will keep pushing straight to Diamond. I'm just super, super proud of her. She also, something that takes a lot of courage in this business, and then I'll ask her for one more question at the end, but something that takes a lot of courage in this business is knowing when you don't know something, or asking for help when it's hard, or when it's easier to pull away, or when you feel like you're doing the right things and it's not translating. Every single time, I say that like she's done it a million times, but there have been 2 or 3 times where I've either had a conversation with her, or Jamie's had a conversation with her, or Elena. She's always plugged in like, hey, I feel like I'm doing the things that I need to do for my team, but it's not translating. Or what else can I do to help my new distributors get started? What should I do here? And she's always plugging in. So I love that. And that's really hard, you guys. Just to know when to ask for help, and to know when to say, hey, this is, I feel like I'm doing the right things, but what else can I do? Something's not working. So that's something that I really admire about her. And she's always just willing to step in, plug in, and try something new to see what works. Even yesterday, I had her hop in our newbie chat because there was a new distributor in there that was very concerned with her schedule and not being able to do homework. And if you're not in college, translate it to your kids. Like, if you have kids and you feel like you're failing as a mom, or not getting to your homework because you're prioritizing this business, like, she hopped in there, and I mean, she was a person. She said, hey, I'm right there with you. I'm a freshman in college too. This is what I'm doing to be successful. Maybe try these things. If you're a mom, this is what I'm doing to be successful. It translates, and it all comes down to, like, she's just getting the work done. And that is what is going to take her to the next level. She's figuring it out through all the life and through all the hard. So I'm super, super proud. The last thing that I want you to do, Madison, is to just give us just a piece of advice, like a tip. And I may have just stole it from you, like, get it done. I don't know. But give us a piece of advice, or something that you wish you would have known, like, day one, maybe.
Okay, so I actually have 2. So self-development. Ever since, like Jamie said, I go to college. I have classes on campus on Mondays and Thursdays. So I'm kind of going back and forth, and I have like a 25-minute drive. So every time I'm listening to some kind of podcast or training, and it's really helped me a lot. And then upselling. I've heard everyone talk about it, and I never did it until last Thursday. Someone messaged me about Thermophyte, and she was wanting to lose weight, and so she was ready to go. And then I was like, oh, hey, also, do you like coffee? So then she, we talked about Skinny Brew, and she ended up adding that. And then right when I was texting her the link, I was like, oh, hey, also, do you want to add on our fat fighters? And I explained those, because then you're going to get free shipping. And she did that. And I don't know why I did it. I've never thought of doing it, but I did it, and it worked 3 or 4 times. And so I've gotten several of those orders this weekend. I don't know why I did it, but I did, and it worked. And I don't know, it was just a fear of doing it. Now it's no big deal.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, self-development is so key, even from day one. When you're first starting out through when you're growing, you will never, what's the quote? I always mess it up. You will never go farther than your mindset is expanded to, or something like that. So if you want to go far in this business, you need to grow your mind. You need to grow your money mindset. You need to grow your faith. You need to grow all the things. Self-development is so, so key. And there's so many different ways you can do that. So I love that you say that, not even 3 months in the business, and that is a priority of yours. And then yes, upselling, because it is way more fun to get a 100 BV order than it is to get a 25 BV order. Like, knock out them bonuses, knock out them boxes. Let's go promote. So I love that. I'm super proud of you. I know Jamie and Elena are super proud of you also. So I just can't wait to see what the rest of this season holds for you, my dear. I see diamond in the future. That's all I got.
Perfect. Well, again, sorry, Madison. Again, that was my fault about earlier. You're probably like all ready to go, and then wait a minute. Now we're talking about compliance. All right, guys. Well, sorry. Thanks for sticking with us. Like I said, we hit it right at an hour. I'm not even going to play the podcast just because I know we've kept y'all, but it was very hodgepodge, but it was all stuff that we wanted to get done, wanted to get pushed out to you guys, because October, November, December, they are going to be very big. We got a lot planned. We got a lot coming, and yeah, I don't know. Y'all have a great Monday, and we will see you guys. No, next Monday, Boom Zoom.
Yeah, boom zoom.